What? Oh. I'm chewing right into the mic unmuted. I thought I muted myself. Let me get my other stuff set up. Oh, come on. Oh, come on. There we go. Alright. Let's go start the Afterstory. I wonder how it's gonna compare to the main thing. Because doing the main story, like everything that happened yesterday, oh my god. I don't want to say it made Heavens or A Realm Reborn look bad, but I think it was definitely a lot better. I think the end game of Ishgard is learning the layout of this place. I just can't seem to wrap my head around it. Oh, I meant to hit no, actually. Okay. If I remember correctly, it said, we're learning about the whereabouts of the other Scions? Fortuitous timing as always, Minfina. Tataru's about to brief me on the search for our missing comrades. Yeah. If you'd be so kind, then. Absolutely, you'll be pleased to hear that Rial and his men have been making excellent progress. You remember how Flamen helped us to escape the Crystal Braves in Limsa, only to then disappear? Well, according to Rial, she crept aboard the ship, bound for Radz Athan, where she's been hiding ever since. He assures me that it won't be long before we're reunited. As for Ida and Papalimo, the remains of their link pearls have been found, and in Pearl Lane of all places. Rial thinks they must have disposed of them after escaping from the Royal Promenade. Alas, that would make sense. They could not risk being eavesdropped upon by our betrayers. We're all but certain they'd fled the city shortly after, though we still don't have a clue on where they went. I see. And what of Thancred and Memphilia? I'm afraid I have nothing new to share about those two, but it's not all doom and gloom. The good news is we've enlisted the services of a Charlian scholar, one of the students of the Baldician, to aid in the search, who should be arriving any day now. One of the students, you say? I should very much like to meet this scholar if time permits. But first we must attend to a more pressing matter. Sir Amaric has summoned the two of us for a private audience. The messenger did not specify what he wished to discuss, only that it was urgent. Assuming you have no objections, Winfrina, I suggest we proceed to the congregation forthwith, and mayhap we can meet the scholar afterwards. Agreed? In that case, I think I'll return to the Forgotten Night for now. Things are liable to fall apart if I'm gone too long, you know. My first thought was that they're talking about maybe Grahatia, because he was a scholar, right? We met him during the Crystal Tower stuff. And I know he's got, I don't want to say a bigger role to play, but I know that he's got more. I know that we haven't seen the last of him. Oh. The Lord Commander is within. Pray proceed, miss.
Thank you for coming. I wish to speak with you both in a place where privacy was assured.
We quite understand. What was it that you wished to discuss?
With my father's passing, the seat of the Archbishop lies vacant. And so, in accordance with canon law, I have assumed his responsibilities. I should stress that this is a temporary measure. It was never intended that the Lord Commander of the Temple Knights serve in this capacity indefinitely. Quite the opposite. The statutes specify that I should surrender my powers as soon as a conclave of the senior clergy and the high houses have named a new archbishop.
I feel like the people who made the story for this game follow the same kind of story building logic that I would if I were in the same position. I feel like as they're crafting the story, they write it in such a way that they answer the questions that they have themselves as the story is progressing. Because there has been a shocking number of times where I've had a question that has immediately been answered by the very next line.
But in light of recent events, that would not seem appropriate.
I confess I did not expect you to divulge quite so much quite so soon. The details of the Archbishop's plans, perhaps, but the true origin of the war and all it entails?
I too had concerns. But when the Warrior of Light is witnessed returning to the capital upon the back of a dragon, one's options are rather limited. Mayhap I could have concealed certain details, but for how long? And at what risk? Should the truth have come to light in the meantime, how would the people have viewed my silence? After 1,000 years of lies and secrecy, I could not well abuse their trust and hope to be believed. The time for deception has passed. I only wish the people agreed. That some would deny the truth I had anticipated, but not this many. And among the few who acknowledged that my father had to be stopped, no small number questioned our methods.
If they suspect a coup, it will not be long before some turn to violence.
It has already begun, and that on both sides. Men and women of the cloth are being harassed in the streets. Some have even been assaulted in the Broom. Hilda and her people have formed a watch to help us maintain order, but such measures will not prevent the unrest from spreading.
For all our talk of peace, the people remain frightened and confused. For their sake, we must bring the Dragonsong War to a definitive end.
And we should be glad to help you, Sir Emmerich. But what precisely would you have us do?
My only guess is to, like, hunt down Nidhogg. That's the only way, right?
We wish to treat with the dragons of Annex Shrine. To that end, I would trouble you for an escort and an introduction.
Annex Shrine.
Annex Shrine. You would speak with Vidofnir then?
Vidofnir.
We must needs open a dialogue between our peoples. Acting as my representative, Lucia will extend an invitation to their leader, that she might visit us here in Ishgard.
Every time I hear her name, I think of the one from Punishing Grey Raven. I can't... It's every single
Were
time.
she still with us, I would of course have beseeched Isel's assistance in this matter. But as she is not, I must ask that you aid us in her stead. Will you do us this favor? Thank you, my friends. Lucia, I leave the rest to you.
New place then? I'm down. More
In
dragons?
the wake of the Archbishop's fall, the nation of Ishgard trembled, the faith of her people shaken to its very core. For 1,000 years had they fought and died, certain of the justice of their cause, only to be told that their holy war was born of the sins of their forefathers. What then for those brave men and women, thus stripped of their righteousness but to despair, to deny the truth and decry its speakers? And what then for those whom they defamed but to hope on, to have faith in a brighter tomorrow? A tomorrow in which man and dragon might live together in harmony, then as distant as the very stars in the heavens. Yet while we dared to hope, deep within his lair the enemy lay, gathering his strength.
There he is.
Now possessed of his 2 eyes and the body of the Azure Dragoon, prizes to which he had laid claim at the very hour of the hero's triumph. As desperately as we sought the solace of peace, the great worm craved the misery of war. Nor was he alone in his misbegotten desire.
No way. We got Taiki Shuttle. Dude, that's awesome. I know little of the lands these dragons call home, this Annex Shrine. Had you not agreed to escort me, the coming journey would seem far more daunting prospect. I confess, I myself once shuddered at the thought of it. Even the longest journey begins with the first step, does it not? But ere we set forth, Menfina and I must needs inform our comrade of our plans. Very well, I shall see to my preparations. Then let us go and bid farewell to Tataru. Menfina. Was not expecting to see an here. Oh my god, Nidha, is that Taiki Shuttle? So was your secret meeting all about I'm all ears? A diplomatic mission to Annex Shrine, you say? Well, I suppose it does take precedence. But should your meeting with Vidofnir happen to end early, you might consider rendezvousing with Y'shtola in Idleshire. She'll be there to receive our guest. Don't get me wrong, your meeting with the dragons is terribly important and everything, but this scholar just happens to be... time permitting. As I said, I shall endeavor to join you, Stolda, but if we cannot, pray press on our regards. Let us be off, Minfina. We have kept the first commander waiting long enough. I really want to know who they're talking about. I imagine it's somebody that we've met. Are you ready then? Good, so am I. Piety, vitality, spell speed, vitality, tenacity, vitality. Do this one. The path is long but known to us. From Falcon's Nest we shall cross the Western Highlands and make for Tailfeather in the Dravanian Forelands. There we can stop to rest and replenish our supplies. Questions? If not, then the stables await. The stables await? And Taiki shuttle's right there. Okay. That is actually really good. Okay. I always imagined that the first time I set foot upon Dravanian soil would be at the head of an army, and here I am ready to treat with the brothers and sisters of my enemies. Full well do I know how difficult it can be to set aside the past, though it was I who first proposed recruiting Isael to our cause. I questioned the wisdom of my words almost as soon as I uttered them, and for a long time after that. Here was a woman with the blood of innocence on her hands, men, women, children, all slain in the name of the impeccable Lady Iceheart. Yet she acknowledged her misdeeds and agreed to join us in common cause. At our side, she fought in service to that greater good, even unto her dying breath. And while that does not absolve her of her sins, I hope that one day she will be remembered not merely as a heretic, but as a misguided soul who dreamt of peace. You ask much, Master Alphino. Yet who can say what might come to pass should our negotiations bear fruit? Yes, yes, of course. We must press on to Annex Shrine, if you follow me. I don't think I've been where they're talking about, right? This building over here. That's where we first... Oh, okay, we have been here. Wonder what that is up there. It looks like ether, but I don't know if it'll be significant. I thought there was a way in, so I have to go back down. So maybe I should have went in the front door to begin with. I refuse to land. Oh, it's you, okay. Thou art ever welcome here, friend of Isael. But this one I do not know. Pray forgive us this unannounced visit, Vidofnir. May I present you Lucia, the first commander of the Temple Knights of Ishgard and our trusted friend. It is an honor to meet you, Vidofnir. I am come as an envoy of Sir Amaric, Lord Commander of the Temple Knights and acting leader of the Holy See. Indeed, you may speak, knight. For 1,000 years, man and dragon have been locked in an endless cycle of bloodshed and sorrow. To our shame, we long believed your kin to be the architects of this war, but now we know the truth, that King Thordan and his Knights 12 did wilfully betray and murder the great worm Ridatoskar, shattering the peace between our peoples. For 1,000 years, our leaders conspired to conceal this truth, a truth which was at last laid bare with the Warrior of Light, the Azure Dragoon, and Isael. Alas, a deception so intricately wrought cannot be undone in a moment, and our people labor to accept the truth. After an eternity of war, who would dare to dream that peace could at last be within our grasp? Yet dream we must, as Isael once said. And we must make that dream a reality, as she could not. We humbly beseech you, Vidofnir, join hands with us in friendship once more, before the eyes of my people in Ishgard. A most unexpected invitation. I have heard your request, knight. However, I cannot yet give you my answer. May I ask why? This matter concerneth my sire. He must needs be consulted. Moreover, the Nath grow bold, even as they did before, and I would not leave my people at the mercy of the swarm. Then we will wait. For 1,000 years at war, we shall not give up on peace for want of patience. Ha, fear not, knight. Thou shalt have mine answer within thy lifetime. So soon, my humble thanks. I shall bear your words to my lord forthwith until we meet again. Given the circumstances, I would say it went rather well. To be frank, I am surprised our proposal was not rejected outright. Whether aught will come of it remains to be seen, however. Mayhap I should take this opportunity to speak with some of the other dragons. But you need not wait for me. The return journey holds no fears for me now. Well, if you have no further need of our services, we shall continue on to Charlian. We hope to welcome a scholar who has agreed to aid us in the search for our missing comrades. Then I pray your journey is as swift as uneventful as ours was, and thank you again for sparing the time to assist us, even when such grave matters remain unresolved. I can think of no graver matter than a 1,000-year war, one which our friends gave their lives to see ended. Suffice it to say, I would willingly make 1,000 such journeys to ensure that their sacrifice was not in vain. Of that I have no doubt, Master Alphino. I only hope that the fates will not hold you to your word. Oh, it's that guy. So it would seem we have time to greet the scholar after all. How delightful. I shall be interested to hear how she means to go about finding Winfilia and Thancred. I can only assume she's privy to some new investigative technique. In any event, our first order of business is to rendezvous with Y'shtola in Idleshire. Yeah, I've seen that person on a magic card. I am so close to completing one of another commander deck that I've been making. It's the mono red guy from Edge of Eternities who lets you warp creatures. Just looking through my bulk, I found a lot of creatures that look like they would be a lot of fun to throw in there. So I've had a hell of a time building it too. And Phoenix, it's good to see you. I can do this. I had assumed your business in Annex Shrine would detain you longer. Did your meeting with Vidofnir go well? As well as it can be expected, We must discuss Sir Amaric's proposal with Horacevolger, of course, but she seemed amenable to the discussion. What of our Charlatan guest? Has she arrived yet? She has, but when I explained that you'd be joining us, she asked if she might use the intervening time to explore. I agreed to meet her outside on Front Bridge. We should be on our way. Kryl? Was that this person's name? I don't actually remember. I do have this one card here that I want to put in that deck, but I don't know how the rules work with Warp, because it's the Stitcher's Graft. It says when it becomes attached from a permanent, sacrifice it, but I don't know if I'd have to sacrifice the card, or if it would go into exile before I would have to do that.
I'm terribly, terribly sorry to have kept you all waiting.
I like the voice.
You need not apologize. We arrived but a moment ago ourselves. Pray, allow me to introduce Kryl, who has recently come from the Charlatan Motherland. She has generously offered to assist us.
Oh, please, think nothing of it.
Why did Alphina look so taken back?
You must be the
He's like, you're shorter than I would have expected.
Yes, you certainly do look the part. A pleasure to meet you at last, miss. And who is that I spy but young Alphino Levieux himself? I dare say someone's grown an ilm or two in my absence. Or are those lifts in your boots?
We, Miss Kryl and I met at the Studium years ago. I shall forever be indebted to her for her sage guidance.
It was no small task keeping him out of trouble, believe you me. The youngest ever to enter the Studium, him and his sister, 11-year-old prodigies. Suffice it to say, social graces were not among his list of talents. Striding up to his seniors on his first day, head held high. What was it he said again?
Thank you, Kryl.
Oh, now I want to know.
For what? I haven't finished yet. Would you care to attempt a more dexterous deflection?
Mayhap we should save this delightful conversation for a more fitting occasion, when pressing matters do not demand our undivided attention.
A bit much, but better. I can tell you have been putting your skills to use here in Eorzea. Henceforth, I trust you will dazzle me with your eloquence at the first time of asking. Right, on to more pressing matters. Finding Minfilia and the other missing scions.
I gather you have new information to share with us.
A
All
new
right, here we go.
approach, actually. Tataru recounted the tale of your escape, and it gave me an idea. Simply put, assuming Thancred left some manner of trail when you whisked him away, as is almost always the case with teleportation magics, I am confident I can find and follow it.
So Thancred might be the next one we find?
The wherewithal to do it. The fact is, my abilities aren't quite up to the task. Not in themselves, anyway. If I had Master Matoya's crystal eye, on the other hand...
Then let us all call on her forthwith. I think it best that you explain your plan to her in person.
I've about had it with all these eyes. The last time we had eyes, it didn't end too well. Oh, I can't fly here. I don't know why I thought I could. me check this blue quest real quick. If it's gonna give me I'll come back to that another time. Have we been over there yet? I think so. I think that's where the dungeon was at. Now, if we're going back to... Oh, okay. That makes my answer easier. I was gonna say, if we're going back to her cave, maybe I should just stay down here. Oh, that's not what I meant. You did say we were headed for a cave, did you not? Because I certainly don't see a cave nearby. Master Matoya is meeting us on the way or something. You're not gonna believe this, dude. I have heard many stories of Master Matoya, some quite flattering, others less so. Rest assured they are all true this way, and have care where you tread. I honestly thought this character would be kind of a one and done when we visited her the first time. We back, what's up?
Is that trouble I smell? Or did you forget to wipe your boots on the way in?
Forgive us, Master Matoya. We will be sure to wipe them on the way out. And may I say how glad I am that age has not yet deprived you of your senses.
Ever so quick-witted, aren't we? To the detriment of your manners. Well, out with it then. What do you want?
Pray, allow me to introduce myself, Master Matoya. I am Cryle, of the students of Baldessian. I hope you will excuse our unannounced visit.
Baldessian, you say? Ah, yes. The old coot set up shop on the Isle of Val, didn't he?
Regrettably, our order's headquarters and the Isle itself were obliterated by a magic of immense power. I have the
Is
blessing of light to
Grahatia
add to my own
from
preservation.
Baldessian too? Because I thought that's who it was originally. I thought that's who they were talking about was going to join us.
Cryle, you too possess the echo.
Well, yes, of course I do.
Duh.
Our order is devoted to uncovering the mysteries of Hydaelyn and interpreting her will, particularly through the study of her gift to us.
The way it sounded in the very beginning, I thought it was like... I thought it was already weird that both Menphilia and the main character had the gift at the same time.
That I met and subsequently befriended
I didn't know they were
Menphilia.
going to go the route of giving it to like
She
a
and
bunch
I
of different
have
people,
rather a
because
lot
I
in
know
common.
Isael had it too, and now Cryle.
I had no idea.
You weren't supposed to. Not that I wanted to deceive you, you understand, but precautions had to be taken.
Also a student of Baldessian. Okay. I thought so, but I couldn't quite remember. It had been a little bit since we last talked to him.
Yes, yes, that's all well and good, but you still haven't told me why you're here.
Why are you in my house?
The students of Baldessian are gone, and there is naught I can do to change that. But the science of the Seventh Dawn can yet be restored, and my dear friend found. You have in your possession an ancient crystal of light, one you call your crystal eye. I believe I can use it to focus my abilities and locate one of the missing scions.
I don't know why, I have a feeling she's not going to want to let us use it.
And there I was, thinking you might want to make use of my years of experience. Oh, wait here.
I love the attitude.
Long did I ponder the nature of this crystal and its familiar radiance, but never did I suspect it was a crystal of light.
On the cusp of an umbral calamity, souls blessed with the power of the Echo invariably appear. To aid these, her chosen warriors, Hydaelyn bequeaths to each a slither of her strength in the form of a crystal of light. But as her strength wanes, so too does the potency of her gifts. This crystal, born of an earlier era, is infused with a power far greater than those of this age.
You could travel the length and breadth of the land and not find a crystal even a fraction as pure. Its value is beyond measure.
So does Matoya have the light too, or did she just find the ball somewhere else? If they're literal gifts from
No two
Hydaelyn.
manifestations of the Echo are alike. I, for example, can converse with
Obviously,
beings
if
of
it's
every shape and
spoilers, I don't
size,
want to know. But
accepting beasts, contrary to what others would have you believe. Language has nothing to do with it, of course. Rather, I am sensitive to the whispers of the soul. Their intent, their very essence even. The traces of which serve to guide the elementals to Y'shtola.
just collects things. Okay, I see. I love that you had to get the affectionate in there.
Though it may sound, I believe that with your crystal eye, I may be able to pick up where they left off and follow the remaining trail to Thancred.
I mean this with
That is,
all
if I have your
respect
permission.
and kindness. She is a hag.
Well, the poor sod's not going to find himself. So, as long as you don't drop it or take it out of my sight, you may do with it what you will.
Yes, and I love her. Yeah, she's a fun character. We haven't talked to her that much.
Thank you, Master Matoya. Then let us begin.
I love how her staff looks like a hand. Alright, time to ponder the orb. She's the
From
biggest
black
hat in the
shroud,
game.
the
Can you
trail
get the hat?
continues to the north and west, towards a mountain.
Where's the
foot
hat
of
specific to
Solm
her?
Owl.
I know there's some outfits that... There's some character outfits that you can get your hands on. Solm All. That sounds familiar. North and west of the Black Shroud.
It was a near thing, but he was not deposited within the rock. I think.
He was not deposited. What? This is wizarding stuff, because now they're speaking in riddles.
I say we begin our search there.
I've seen people wearing it, I don't remember how to get it. I see. Because I'm leveling a black mage, and of course, with that comes the obligation to wear the biggest, floppiest hat you possibly can. I've seen a lot of really cool glams over the past few days, but then I'll look up like where they're from and it'll be like, oh yeah, it's this level 90 dungeon, or I'm like, damn it. My closest character is still like 30 levels away, and that's assuming that it's not in one of the later like DLCs or expansions as well. I'm gonna go ahead and accept this quest, because I don't know how many times I'm gonna come back here. I need to get the crystal from it. I'm in your debt. Permit me to introduce myself for a bit. I am Saro Rogo, a humble servant of Mistress Matoya. I am tasked with picking leaves from her herb garden, from whence I make her tea. Alas, drawn to their medicinal properties, bugs have recently taken to ravaging the herbs. I attempted to get rid of the pest, but they are too much for a lone Porogo to handle. It would be grateful if you could eliminate them in my stead. You can dress up as a black mage and still stab people with a spear. See, I was in a dungeon with somebody and they were explaining the same thing to me. So you're saying that you used to not be able to just wear like wizarding attire, even if you put it in like the glamour chest? Or did the glamour chest just not exist at all? And that's kind of what it's there for. Either way, I'm glad I started playing after the fact, because I don't think I would like this game nearly as much if I couldn't make a bunch of different outfits for my character. Correct for both, but more the first. I see. Is there another one I need to pick? Also, this is her like garden. It looks really nice. I didn't even think about this as being... You know, I don't know how well the secret wall would work if you're gonna put a garden right out of it, though. Right outside of it. Oh my gosh. There's a third. Where's the third? Oh. Yeah, I'm just gonna go back in there and turn this in, and then we'll be on our way to Som-Al. I was doing my dailies before I got on here, and I'm not used to the enemies I'm fighting taking more than 3 hits to kill. Because I just used my Lancer for the reputation quests. So I'm level 66 fighting level like 45s. There we go. Now how many more do I actually need? Which one is this? Right here? That's this one? Oh, yeah, that does sound annoying. Because while you can buy higher level gear from like the marketplace, I think I've opted not to do that. Because one of the driving factors for me to continue playing through this is so I can get access to the armors to use as like more glamours. If I just buy it from the marketplace, that kind of defeats the point. But I think if I were literally not allowed to do it, it would be a little different. Were I to find myself in an unfamiliar wilderness, my first instinct would be to seek out signs of civilization. Ordinarily, perhaps, but in his wounded state, he may not have wished to risk contact with strangers of unknown allegiance, yet even had Thancred chose to remain in the forest, the hunters would surely have stumbled across his trail. Tailfeather doesn't strike me as an isolated outpost, though. Merchants and traders pass through here reasonably regularly, do they not? In which case, we'll need to provide a more detailed description when we question the locals. Fear not, Kryl. I've already prepared several sketches of Thancred for that very purpose. Yes, this is impressive. You drew him from memory. A skill I acquired some years ago for reasons I no longer remember. Uh-huh. Yeah, buddy. Maybe we lay off drawing the fan art. I propose we split into two pairs. Y'shtola and I will inquire about the outlying encampments, while Minfina and Kryl question the residents of Tailfeather. Afterwards, we shall regroup near Loth Astavath and share our findings. Assuming there are no objections, let us be about it. Alphino's definitely the type of character to write fan fiction. My, he certainly has matured, hasn't he? Hard to imagine he was only once a boy who practiced drawing for hours to impress young ladies. Anyway, we had best get started. Find me when you've finished making your rounds. Oh, yeah. Searching for a friend of yours. Let's have a look then. Did the glamour chest exist back then? No, I ain't seen him around anywhere, sorry. And I feel like needing to manually do every piece of gear, like, it's not the end of the world, but I'm glad that I don't have to do it. What's that you've got there, a sketch? Back in my day. I can't say I know the face. You say he's something of a warrior. I heard a tale the other day about a Huron vagabond who brought down a bandersnatch by himself and with style. Way they tell it, he was dancing with the beast like it was. With the beast like it was the bell of the bleeding ball. Sound like your man. Is Thancred Ellison? I guess I didn't even realize. A Huron man. No, Huron isn't Ellison. What am I saying? He's a Huron. Yeah. I don't know why I thought. I don't know why. He literally just said it. I don't know why I thought that. We're not exactly rare, you know. Could you be more specific? I did spy this one bloke a while back. Didn't get a good look at his face, but it could have been him. This was beyond the forest, as I recall, along the river, to the west of Tailfeather. I remember thinking he wasn't much of a hunter. The lad was making no effort to cover his tracks, see? That, and he was carrying an axe instead of a bow. Finished? In that case, I think we've learned everything we can here. Let's see what the others have found out. I do wish I had started playing earlier, but I don't know when they brought it to console. That would have been the earliest possible time that I would have been able to start. Because while I do have a laptop, I don't know if it's I don't know if I can run something like this. It's been on console since the beginning? Are you serious? I had no idea. I guess I just wasn't aware that the game existed. My apologies for our late arrival. I thought it was wise to question as many hunters as we could. That makes sense though, because like I've said before, it was the magic set that really got me to consider playing it. And that didn't come out till, was it like sometime last year? Since 2013, I think. I think you're right. I want to say it was 1.0 was 2013, and then Realm Reborn was the year after that. I've watched a lot of videos on the game, but I didn't actually start playing until a little while back. Many have made camp in inaccessible locations, ideal for hunting game, not so receiving visitors. Nevertheless, our time proved well spent. There have been countless sightings of an exceptionally capable Huron hunter with whom no one is familiar. Though none chance to see the man's face, his height and build match Thancred's description and does his fighting prowess. So you have heard the same tales, be that as it may, we yet want for conclusive proof. Mayhap this is unrelated, but I heard a curious tale regarding a Vath trader. He came to Tailfeather in search of garments fit for a man of refinement, which seemed a rather curious description for one of his kind. You are implying that Thancred sent a Vath to market in his stead. Why would he not go himself? Well, if you recall, you yourself emerged from the livestream as naked as your name day. It is a scene I shall never forget. Why would you say that? I feel like that's such a weird thing. Is it now? Well, I was pleased to see you. I mean, it was a simple statement of fact. Stands to reason that Thancred found himself in the same predicament. In any case, if he had dealings with the Vath, they should be able to tell us, no? That was a funny interaction. I liked that. Quite right, Quile. Quite right. Blah, blah, blah. Was it now? Oh, why this guy again? Well, what are we waiting for? For all we know, Thancred could be waiting for us in Vath. We must go and see the Vath right away. Come along, everyone, come along. Click, click. Great hunters, we are welcoming you once more to Lothast Vath. What do you seek this day? We seek a man whom we are told you may have had certain dealings. How curious. The hunters tire of godly sport and pursue mortal prey. No, he's not prey, but a friend long missing. Good, good. He is a friend to the Vath as well, one with whom we have traded many times. Truly, you are quite certain this was him? There is no doubt. The fleshling clothed in skins came to us from Solm All, lost and weak. He offered meat and hides in trade, and in exchange we tended his wounds. He brought us much flesh. So skilled a hunter he was, much flesh. When he asked for garments, we were glad to provide them. And where is he now? Gone to Lososnath. Not long ago, when he heard the One Mind had summoned our god once more. Ravana is returned. Oh, he went to take him on himself? Vidofnir did say that the Nath had grown as before, but what could Thancred hope to accomplish by himself? Honored Elder, we thank you for your help. Would that we could repay this kindness ere we depart, but we must hasten to our comrade's side. So, great hunters, lest the Nath claim him as a sacrifice. Oh, that's for the reputation. Subaquatic voyage for submersible. See, it's that kind of prompt that makes me wonder what the heck is happening later in the game. Alright, here we go. Perfect. Oh, it's going down already.
Thancred. It could be Thancred. We must hurry.
Oh, that's not Thancred. Is that the Warrior of Darkness? Oh, basically just more ventures, I see. I just think it's so funny when I'm playing this fantasy game and I get some prompt that's like, your free company's leader's starship has arrived in the back in the hangar.
This day, we reclaim the reins of history. This day, we rid ourselves of the Ascians forever!
Fools playing at heroes, all of you. Is this how you believe you can save your world?
We can and we will, Ascian. You shall see. Or perhaps you will not! So you are the Warrior of Light, the savior of Eorzea.
Is this group the same exact people that were in the cutscene where Louis Swall like wisp them away, or is it just since they're supposed to serve as like a second Warrior of Light, are they just placeholders basically?
It's a wonder you didn't come sooner, what with the primal and all. Lost a step, have we?
Have care. The ether moves strangely around him.
It would seem we share a common enemy. Mayhap you would tell us who you are.
Shall we show them?
Well, I feel like you're maybe skipping a few steps. My hero. Oh, hell nah. Why do you look like that? Fuck him up. Thancred? Oh, hell yeah. That's my boy right there. They do match the divine of the adventures you see in the... I'm just wondering if it's like the same people. But I am aware that the trailer is like they are placeholder characters for the Warrior of Light, so. Bro, Thancred's been fucking grinding off stream, dude. Holy shit. Doing some fucking mining off camera.
But so be it. Mark well our faces, warrior of light. For we are the warriors of darkness. Walkers of a different path. And we shall meet again.
Okay.
Warriors of Darkness? Really?
That's what I'm saying. Oh, how original. Thancred!
Thancred, are you all right?
Looks a bit different.
Pleasantries can wait. I'd rather not be here when the Nath arrive. Agreed?
Those are bug noises. I thought those were like electrically crackling.
Suffice it to say, our reunion was not at all as I pictured it. Waiting until the last instant to join the fray. 'Tis plain you have not lost your appetite for the dramatic.
My appetite for the dramatic? Have you forgotten the circumstances of our parting? The heroic last stand, the tunnel filling with light, and then... Had I known you intended to use forbidden magics to deliver me to some god's forsaken wilderness, I would have thanked you in advance.
Thancred.
If nothing else, you might have warned me that I would emerge from the light of the all together. Eventually, I managed to fashion knives from some obsidian I found, and set about hunting for meat and hides. Given that I'm not all that skilled in leatherworking, it's probably for the best that I met the Vath before I was reunited with you.
Dude, most hated, like, rabbit squirrel fucking thing of all time.
So you were the fleshling clothed in skins of whom the storyteller spoke.
A description which fit me as ill as the skins themselves. Happily, I was able to trade with the Vath for garments better becoming a man of refinement. From them, I learned of Ravana, and of the great warrior who had once laid him low.
I'm over here,
And thence did you conclude that were you to track the Primal's movements, it would surely bring you into contact
Safety
with the
nutkin.
Scions once more.
Everybody's watching that cutscene like, bro, get the fuck out of the way. What are you doing? Move.
It seemed a reasonable assumption. I could think of no one else with your enthusiasm for slaying beastmen gods. Until now, that is.
Ah, yes. The self-proclaimed warriors of darkness. 'Tis only fitting that they stand in opposition to the warrior of light, I suppose.
I glimpsed the leaders past, if only for a moment. They were confronting a man in black. An Ascian, I think.
I would take them a little more seriously if they weren't just, oh, we're the warriors of darkness. Oh, yeah. Like, you couldn't find any cooler name? Warrior of Light is at least, like there was no Warrior of Darkness before Warrior of Light.
They must be possessed of
Ours is at
powerful
least
protection.
original.
Protection not unlike the Echo.
Alright, well, we got Thancred back now. Who does that leave? Minfilia? Oriange never went missing. I do feel like I'm forgetting someone. Alizai was, like, she just left, like, immediately. She didn't actually go missing. I think it's just Minfilia, right? Blessed with the power of the Echo and driven to put down primals, despite his declaration that they walk a different path, I struggle to see how their goals conflict with ours. Nor is that the only oddity. I find it passing strange that such exceptional individuals would have wholly escaped our notice until now. Surely we would have heard rumors and attempted to recruit them to our cause. I recall no such adventures, and I would not soon forget their like, nor would any of us, I think. One of our primary duties was to scour the city-states for promising candidates, which... Oh, Ida and Papalimo. Duh! Oh my god, how could I forget about them? It's just been so long since I've seen any of them. Which is how Ida and Papalimo found Minfina. Ah, the memories. It seems like only yesterday that you slew your first primal. Speaking of which, I had the distinct impression that it was not the first time that band of merry men and women had killed a god. I labor to believe that a band of pre-naturally gifted adventurers has been traveling the land slaying primals without our knowledge would imply gross negligence on our part. Speculation will avail us not. There's far too much we do not know. For the present, we must needs concentrate on what we do know, namely that Lord Ravana is no more, Vidofnir must be informed, the news may render her more receptive to Sir Amaric's invitation. Hold on, I'm trying something. I got the chat open on my phone and the emotes are really small. I was wondering if I could just click on it and see what it was called. Since you seem to have affairs here well in hand, I shall take my leave. Simply being in the vicinity of this colony is giving me a stinking headache. If you have need of me, I shall be with Master Matoya. I would beg her assistance with search for Minfilia. Wait, Minfilia is missing? I thought she escaped with Minfina. I shall explain on the road. Much has happened in your absence. Yeah, I was gonna say, I knew it felt like I was forgetting somebody. I was forgetting 2 people. And they're like the first ones we met other than Alphanil. Because I started in Gridania. I need to get my runs of the Praetorium. I need to start running that again, or else I'm not going to have enough of the points to get everything I want from the event. I've been being lazy on it the last few days. I had not thought to see thee again so soon, mortal. If thou seekest the night, know that she hath long since departed for Ishgard. My thanks for Dafnir, but it was not for her that we came. We bring good tidings for you and yours. Lord Ivana, who had been summoned by the Nath, has been laid low. Truly, once more, you mortals have succeeded where my own kind did fail. You have our deepest thanks. Would that we could take credit. The god fell by another's hand. Another, revelation upon revelation. Regardless, it is cause for celebration. The Nath will have no choice but to withdraw. But to another matter, I have tidings for thee as well. Regarding the Ishgardian's invitation, as promised, I brought the matter to my sire. Hearken to his answer now. For 1,000 years I have mourned my beloved, who gave their life to forge a peace thy king betrayed. Such was my lot, until a child of Ishgard come unto me. For want of warmth she wrapped herself in a dream, yet the world will remember her deeds. For truth she fought, for justice she sinned, for redemption she sacrificed and became as light. To follow one's heart, to have faith in one's convictions, be it for wail, or be it for woe, such is the folly and the glory of man and of dragon. He hath entrusted the choice to us, and we have made it. We will keep faith with you who walk in the light. Then you accept Sir Amaric's invitation. Let it be known that I, Vidofnir, shall journey unto Ishgard on behalf of my people. We are honored to receive your answer. We will convey your words to our allies without delay. I've been camped out at the Gold Saucer for the last 3 weeks. You just haven't been playing? Just doing your, Oh, for the events. I haven't done that. I probably should. I've just been queuing up for Praetorium. It is happening, Isael. Would that you were here to see it. Is it just the big mini games that go around every like 15 minutes that give you the points toward that?
Even as the Scions celebrated the return of a long-lost friend, honorable men plotted to deprive them of another.
Don't touch my boy. Don't do it, I swear to God.
Honorable men, to whom Sir Emeric was no hero, but a scheming patricide.
God damn it. Yeah, the gate's every 20
Honorable
minutes.
men who would fain wash the paving stones of foundation with the tyrant's blood.
No, surely that doesn't kill him. He's been through worse.
Whose knife in the dark was the spark which set the city aflame, and who sang as it burned.
He's not dead. He can't be dead. I literally posted on Twitter when I was going live, and I was like, starting Heavensward Afterstory. What's the worst that could happen? Shit. Or I think it was nothing could go, like, what could go wrong? That's what I said. I said starting Heavensward Afterstory, what could go wrong? Right, let us not keep Sir Amaric waiting. Are you quite well, Thancred? Yes, yes, quite well. Forgive me. You have given me rather a lot to digest. This whole affair with the Ishgardians and the Dravanians and our friends nowhere to be found, so it seems there's no end to our troubles. We can but face them head on, one at a time. For now we must apply to ourselves to our allotted task and leave the others to theirs. Remember, Thancred, we found you as they found me. In time we will find Ida and Papa Limo and Renfidia as well. These troubles will soon be but a memory, one which we look back on together. Pray do not misunderstand. I did not mean to imply that it would be otherwise. I merely wish that I had rejoined our grand adventure at one of its more triumphal moments. Despite your recent accomplishments, the mood here is less than celebratory. But I have no doubt that we will enjoy more glorious victories soon enough, and you may rest assured that I will play my part in them to the very hilt. Absolutely nothing bad will happen. You've definitely seen the worst of it. You know what? I believe you. Thank you for giving me the reassurance that it is all uphill from here. To the congregation. I mean, surely if he died, somebody would have, like, found us instead of just letting us arrive here and figuring it out. You know what I mean? Like, Lucia would have been like, come back, he fucking died. Oh, it's just up here. Yeah, we're gonna go. We're gonna save, what's his name? Astinian from Nidhogg, and everything's gonna be great. We're all gonna stand on the wall of Ishgard and watch the sunset, and it'll play, like, some really nice music, and then the credits will roll. You have returned. In this, at least, the fates are kind. Greetings, First Commander. It pleases me to inform you that Vidofnir has accepted Sir Amaric's invitation. She has. These are glad tidings indeed. Don't stop the music. Would that the Lord Commander were here to hear the... Bro. Sleeping off a knife to the gut. Okay. So he's not dead. What happened? Will he live? The chirurgeons tell me he will make a full recovery, but had Lord Edamont and Lord Atorel not been on hand when the assassins struck, he would not have been so fortunate. For a mercy, they subdued the fiend before he could land the telling blow. The attack was just the beginning, though. Not long after, buildings all around the city, including several of ours, burst into flame. Bastards caught us completely by surprise. We've been dousing the fires, but for everyone we put out, it seems like there are 2 more startup. Casualties are mounting, especially in the Broom. It is plain these fires were started by the assassins' conspirators. Until they have been rounded up, there will be no end to this. Will you help us find them? At least he's okay. Now we just gotta go find Tataru. Because she was hanging out in the Broom, wasn't she? Or she's in the night or whatever. We gotta go make sure she's okay. Was only a flesh wound. Yeah. Oh, what are these? Primal accessories of fending. Primal accessories of slaying. I don't even think I have an item level over 240 yet. Shit, alright. Let's get some new gear. Yeah, she's in the bar. Is the bar... I thought the bar was called the Night or something. So what is the Broom? Is that just a spot in the bar? The flames are spreading. We must needs begin our investigation immediately. Witnesses must be found. Suspects must be identified. Have you been able to determine the precise locations where the fires were set? Mayhap there is a pattern. If there is, we have yet to discern it. Fires have been reported throughout the city in both the pillars and foundation. Indeed, given the size of the area affected, I think it would be best to divide our forces. Master Alphino and Mistress Y'shtola, I would have you take charge of the investigation and foundation. The Forgotten Knight, it's a tavern and inn. Okay. As you wish, mayhap Tataru can be of assistance as well. Meaning Minfina and me get the pillars. Oh, they'll like me up there. Only question is, will the grizzled old rogue striking a pose over there be joining us? Thancred of the Signs of the Seventh Dawn, and may I say what a pleasure it is to meet you too, my lady. I'll bet. The name's Hilda. A scion, eh? And there I was thinking I'd found a fellow ruffian amongst all these illustrious personages. I will remain here to coordinate the fire-quenching effort. If you learn aught of value, pray inform me immediately. That is all. The broom is guards slums, basically. Okay, I see. I get it now. While we could begin by sifting through the charred rubble and questioning random passerby, in my experience, every town has at least one individual who can be counted on to know things he or she should not. Oh, aye, the infamous Lord Emanelaine D. Fortes. Lover of woman and wine, though neither care for him that much. They say he could gossip for Ishgard. Just the sort of fellow I had in mind. Capital suggestion, Minfina. He'll be at the Crozier, most like, making an effort to be seen, so let's go and see him. Grizzled, I will accept, but old? It's good to have Thancred back. We needed some, we need some of this energy again. Been hanging out too much with people like Estinian. I love Estinian, but my boy is a downer at the best of times. I need to go finish that second quest. My problem is I can't fly in that area, and I don't know how to get up there otherwise. Well, well, if it isn't Minfina, dearest of all my friends, you're looking rather glum. Something the matter, old girl? Ah, yes, the arsons. Dreadful business, and that awfully curious. Wouldn't you say? There doesn't seem to be any rhyme or reason to it at all. Naturally, we've doubled the guard count outside the manor, along with most of the other houses. Can't have the old pile going up in flames after all. Oh, in case you were wondering why the Hoplin is awash with refugees, the lower levels of the vault have been opened to most unfortunate souls who have lost their homes. Sir Amaric's orders, from what I hear. Remarkable man. Not even a knife in the ribs can keep him from his duties. Actually, old girl, if you were thinking of... I'm sorry, Robert Ross running by distracted me. I should be more than happy to accompany you to the Hoplon while you conduct your inquiries. I could offer words of comfort, distress, and despondent young maidens. Wait a moment, I know what that is. You're giving me one of your looks, aren't you? You do me an injustice, old girl. I will have you know my heart yearns for but one rose, prickly though she may be. I sense you remain unconvinced. Very well. If it will help to prove the purity of my intentions, I shall gracefully resend my offer, and now run along and catch those arsonists. That was not entirely what I had hoped for. Whose idea was it to come here again? Never mind. For our next step, I suggest we divide our efforts. While you question the refugees in the Hoplon Minfina, I shall investigate the locations where the fires were set. Would you be so good as to join me, Hilda? You know what? I reckon I would. Can't have you roaming about in an unfamiliar city all by your lonesome, can we? You'd only get robbed, blind, and left shivering in your small clothes. Who does Emanelaine have a thing for again? Was it God, I remember him talking about it, but I cannot remember. Was it Lucia? I feel like I remember it being Lucia. Is this above me? Where am I actually? Oh, yeah, it is above me. Laniette, the Halinart Knight in charge of Cloud Town. Oh, yeah, you're right, okay, my first thought was like it was like a guard of some kind, and Lucia is the only one I could remember. Yeah. Hope it goes well for him, even though I think I know that it won't. Come, my brothers and sisters, there is food and shelter enough for all in the Basilica. Alone's blessings be upon you, Father. I confess we are not sure if we should come. There are so many unbelievable tales these days about the Archbishop and Sir Amric and the Javanians. Trust in your heart, brother, and pay no heed to the lies of lesser man. They seek only to lead you astray. Do you require succor as well, miss? I fail at French spelling. I figured it out. I know who you're talking about. I wouldn't spell it any better, don't worry. If it means anything to you, I assumed you spelled it right. So the Temple Knights have begun their investigation at last. Good, this madness has gone on far too long. Would that I could do something to aid you in your research, but I have a duty to these poor souls. Farewell, and may the Fury guide your steps. How are you doing, Minfina? How am I doing? I'm good. Where's the explanation mark? Just finished Heavensward last night. What about you? I spelled finished wrong, but who cares? Ours was one of the first homes to be claimed, but I didn't see how the fire began. It was only when I heard our neighbors shouting that I looked outside and saw the flames. We barely escaped with the clothes on our backs. Were it not for the church's generosity, I don't know what we'd do. There was a man with a satchel. I saw him kneeling outside the window, and then there was smoke everywhere, and it was so hot I couldn't breathe. I don't remember how I made it out. I suppose I must have climbed. Maybe my arm's getting better after all. Let's see here. Do you know what's missing for you to fly in Sea of Clouds? I think I just don't have enough of the crystals. That was me for the... Nah, that might sound like kind of a dickhead thing to say. My shift yesterday, I didn't think would end. Yeah, let's look at that real quick. The Sea of Clouds, you said? I'm missing 2. I'm missing 2 of the crystals. Which one is Sea of Clouds? This one. So I think... I assume right here is how you get over onto this. But I couldn't figure out how to get up onto here. Because if you come around it from this way, I can't... Like, it's all... Like, this little spot is elevated. But then you go... If you go at it from this way, then this rock is too elevated for you to get onto. So... I don't actually know how to get there. 2 quests, yeah. There you are. Anything to share? We require more than the muddled testimony of a traumatized girl if we are to identify the culprits. While you were questioning the refugees, we inspected the scenes of several of the fires, including the one near St. Ramonat's Cathedral and another near the Tribunal. For mercy, neither structure suffered significant damage. Some might say they were spared by the grace of the Fury. Others might question how the ruthlessly efficient arsonist contrived to fail so miserably on the 2 occasions that their target was a bastion of Isgardian orthodoxy. If you complete, then you can fly. I'll go over there and look in a second. Nothing conclusive, of course, but it does give us cause to wonder. Alphina will doubtless have an opinion. Let's go... Oh, I saw this person yesterday. Let's go over there and look real quick. Here's probably one of them. I think at some point next week I'm gonna take one of the days that I stream and set it aside to do the Bahamut raid. I've had that unlocked for a little while now. Oh yeah, here's one of them. Obtain an untorn Gaelic hat. I doubt these will take too long to do. Fun times. You're talking about the raid? I don't know how difficult it will be. But I think it's just the normal difficulty one, so... If it's anything like Thordan, I expected Thordan to be a lot harder. A nice chunk of lore and coils. Okay. Is it... I'm guessing it's pertaining to probably what 1.0 was? Maybe... I don't know if it would touch a little more on Louis Soir or not. Because that's still one of those things about the game that I've, like, don't really know anything about, and it seems very important. Is everything kind of around Louis Soir. Harder than any later normal raid tier, easier than Savage. Okay. Well, we'll see. Probably next week, like I said. Because I've been wanting to do it, but I haven't wanted to do it without streaming. So... would this give me access to higher up, maybe? Where is it? Maybe I'm blind? Oh, it's all the way up here. Oh, it's just an optional dungeon? Oh, it was a floating island on the picture. I thought maybe, maybe it would give me access to the floating island I needed. I don't know. I'll figure it out later. Let's just go back and keep doing this. What are we looking for here? Oh, Alpha now. Yep, that's the guy. That's the guy, all right. We got him. We got him. Silence will avail you not, sir. Ah, Minfina, I was just about to summon you. As you can see, we have detained a suspect. We found this man loitering near the remains of one of the stricken buildings. According to eyewitnesses, he was also present before the fires broke out. We wished to have words. He did not, so we insisted. Let me go, damn it. You've got the wrong man. No, no, buddy. I saw you in the cutscene. Don't even try that. My, but you reek of oil. And are those burns on your hands? You have an occupational hazard, I suppose. But tell me, does arson pay well? I'm a victim, you imbecile. Look at me. Aye, that you are, after a fashion. You should know that your pious patron has already spun us a delightful yarn about how his pet mongrels slipped through the leash and said about burning half the city to the ground. Not very noble of him, I grant you, but then these highborn types rarely do show loyalty to their pets. In fact, he called you rabid and begged us to put you down. That's bollocks. He's the one who told me to keep going. Even a sinner such as me could find salvation in the Fury's work, he said. I'd left it behind, tried to, with all my heart, said my prayers every day like a good man, but he came to me. He came to me. And here you have it, Hilda. Would you be so kind as to escort our friend here to the congregation? Aye, so long as you don't mind if he's limping when he gets there. That was incredible, Thancred, but how did you know he would confess? Well, I've seen his like before, a troubled soul manipulated by men of power and wielded as a weapon. I could not be certain, of course, but given the stakes, I thought it worth the risk. And if our captive had called your bluff, we must entertain hypotheticals. The world as it is vexing enough. Thank you, Thancred. Whether by our judgment, we have at last confirmed that these arsons were orchestrated by a person or persons of influence. I think it best that we now return to the congregation and discuss how best to proceed. Probably finish up soon. I got a few things I gotta do before tomorrow. On behalf of the Holy See of Ishgard, I thank you all. The man you apprehended is being interrogated as we speak. Though he fell silent upon realizing that we had not turned his master, he will soon tell us what he knows one way or another. I should probably also sleep. Yeah, we'll end it soon. Pardon the intrusion, First Commander. I want to find like a good place to stop. Lord Artorel, are you come to see your father? He's attending Sir Amric in his chambers at present. I am. He bid bring me this salve. Then do not let me detain you, and thank you for your kindness, my lord. In times of trouble, every man must do his part. Would that I could do more. My lord Arturel did not seem to be in the best of spirits. 'Tis little wonder, Master Alphino, his father is widely slandered, and his half-brother not yet cold in the grave. Oh shit, okay, fending and slaying. Which one of these is better for a Lancer? Can I actually look at... Oh, I can, okay. Critical hit, direct hit, vitality, and strength. So this looks pretty good. Here we got skill speed, direct hit rate, critical hit, tenacity. I don't need tenacity, do I? Slaying? Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking. I don't actually know what tenacity is. Fending is for tanks. Oh, I see. That makes sense because tenacity sounds like a stat for a tank. Let's look at it. We'll do this and then we'll get off of here. Oh, it's accessories. Oh, my other stuff is higher item level. I didn't think I had anything that high. Update. There we go. Yeah, we'll end it there. It's a good spot to stop, I think, because I imagine we're going to go see Amric after we talk to her, so. Thank you for being here. I won't be here for the rest of the week, so it'll be sometime next week that I come back. I don't know when that'll be, though. I'll post it on Twitter when I figure it out. But thank you for watching. Bye bye.